Now let's go ahead and take what we've learned about Flexbox and apply it to some practical examples. We'll begin by building out a simple navigation. There are many ways that you can design and structure navigation on a website. On this example, we'll be focusing on creating a horizontal navigation section of a website for a large screen. We'll be using Flexbox and some of the Flexbox sub-properties to control how the navigation looks on our page. Our project requirements are that the logo should appear on the left, the navigation links should be on the right, all of the content should be vertically centered, and there should be space between the logo and the links. Let's go ahead and get started with our code. I've already set up my root folder. I've made a pages folder, and inside pages I have a file called navigation.html. I have an images folder that contains our logo, and then I have a CSS folder with nothing inside it yet. Let's go ahead and let's make our CSS file. I'm just going to call this example1.css. Then we'll create a link to this file from our HTML. Now let's begin by creating our HTML. I'll begin by creating a header, and this will contain my logo and my navigational links. For the logo portion, I'm going to use the icon, the logo that I've saved, along with some text. Because I want this content to appear stacked, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this content in its own little sub-container. We'll go ahead and wrap the logo and the name of the website in a figure tag. I'm going to assign a class of branding to the figure tag, just in case I want to use other figure tags elsewhere on my site and possibly style them differently. We'll add the image tag, and I need to go out of the pages folder into the images folder and find the appropriate logo. I'll add an alt tag of whale logo. Then we're going to create our fig caption, and the fig caption will say whale wisdom. Now that I have the figure tag in place, I'm going to create a nav element. This will contain my navigational links. In the nav element, I'm going to create 4 anchor links. We'll just make the href value be null links for this example. And I'll just go ahead and quickly make all 4 links. If we save our page and refresh, you can see how the content is stacked on top of each other. So we have the logo, we have the fig caption or the name of the website, and then we have our links. What we want to do is we want to restructure the content so that it sits in the upper portion of our website and it appears horizontally and side by side. We'll also want to create some spacing between our anchor links. Let's go ahead and do this now. In order to do this styling, I will be working on my CSS. I'll begin by declaring a simple font family on my body element. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the background color of our header slightly. So we'll go ahead and specify header. We're going to use background color, and I'm just going to set this to a light gray. Now what we're going to do is we want to make these elements, the figure and the navigation, appear side by side. We can use Flexbox to do that. So because both the figure and the nav are direct descendants of the header, they will become the Flex items or the Flex children, and the header is going to be the Flex parent or the Flex container. So on header, we're going to use a display of Flex. That simply turns Flex on. And if all we do is do that, when I refresh my page, to see how it appears side by side. So this has kind of fixed part of our problem. However, we do want the information to appear a little bit differently. We want the navigation to appear over here on the right, and we want the items to be vertically centered. We can also do that by using some of the Flex sub properties. If we use justify content and set that to space between, that's going to go ahead and add any extra space in between the 2 Flex children. We're also going to use align items center, and this will vertically center the content on the page. So if I save now and I refresh, you can see that we have space between the navigation and the logo, and everything is vertically centered. If the page width is to change, we simply are going to get more space in between these two items. And that's exactly what we want to have happen. Now, to make this look a little bit better, we're going to add some padding. You can see how the text is crashing to the right-hand side. In order to do that, I'm going to target my nav element, and we'll go ahead and just add margin to the right, and we'll use 20 pixels. This is going to push the content from the right edge. The other thing I want to do is style these links. Because these are my navigational links, I don't necessarily need them to be underlined. When you have navigation, it's common practice that the text is not underlined. The reason why is the text is usually positioned in a place or styled a little bit differently from any inline links that may occur elsewhere on our page, so we can style these a little bit differently. Because I want to target the anchor links, I'm going to use a more specific selector of nav A, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say text decoration none. That's going to remove the underline. Let's also change the color. I'll be using a hex value of 367483. This is a dark teal. It's actually the same color that's outlining our whale. And let's also have the font weight be bold so that the text stands out a little bit more. If we save now and we refresh, you can see that those changes have occurred. In addition, I want more space between the links. Right now, all the text kind of runs into each other. So I'm going to add some padding, and we'll have padding on the top and the bottom just be 0, and the padding on the right and the left can be 10 pixels. If I save now and we refresh, you can see how the content is somewhat spaced out. Obviously, when my page is a little bit bigger, this looks better. Ultimately, if our page is going to be more narrow, we probably would need to restyle this so that the navigation doesn't appear in this way. We'll look at that in an upcoming lesson when we talk about responsive web design. But for right now, we're just focusing on how we can use Flexbox. The other thing I'm going to do is style the title of my site. Because that's located inside our fig caption, I'm going to use header fig caption. Again, I'm using specificity so that I can only affect this fig caption. Just in case I want to use a fig caption elsewhere on my site, I may not want those styles to affect other fig captions. We're going to use a text transform, and we'll make our text appear in uppercase. We'll also go ahead and change the color, and we're going to use that same teal color. And let's make the font size a little bit bigger. So I'll specify font size of 30 pixels. If we save now and we refresh, the name of the site is wrapping. And what I'd ultimately like to do is have these elements, all the elements in the figure, be horizontally centered. So let's go ahead and target our figure element, and we'll just use text align center. And then you can see it centers these elements. If my page is a little bit wider, the text will change so that it appears on one line. But when my page is more narrow, the text will wrap. And as you can see, that's also happening with our navigation. That is something that I don't love, but that is an issue that we will resolve when we build out our page in a responsive way. However, if we look at the page at a large screen, you can see that it looks a little bit better. It looks more like a real header of a website. And the important thing to keep in mind right now is that we have used Flexbox to control alignment of the various elements on our page. The final thing I'm going to do for this exercise is you may have noticed that the spacing between the left edge of the figure and of the nav is not consistent. Remember, we applied a margin right of 20 pixels to our nav. So what I'll do is I'll go into the figure element and I'm going to apply a margin left of 20 pixels. And you'll see when we save our page and refresh, it just pulls that figure element to the left. So now that spacing is consistent and that makes our design look a little bit better. So with Flexbox, we have successfully made the content so that it appears in a horizontal manner. We have created space between the logo and the navigational elements, and we vertically centered everything on the page. I hope this quick exercise gave you an idea of how you can use Flexbox in a more practical manner.